Hello, world. Thank you for joining us. This is the Black Sheep Perspective. I believe this is officially numero dos.
Episode two.
Yeah, man. Who you guys hear over there? That's Gus B. I meet my homeboy, my coworker, my little broski. He's going to be on the ones and twos, per se, the mixer. He's going to be running the thing over there. I'm your host, Wes, and we got a special guest here today. Happens to be a super close friend of mine, somebody who I've known for quite a long time, professional boxer, about to have a big fight coming up next Friday, I believe, at the Hard Rock Cafe. We're going to let him give us some more information. But first, world, introducing to you, Jesse Beast Boy Cruz.
What's up, guys?
Yeah, okay, we had to wake the crowd up. We had to wake them up. They were slipping, you know. It's a rainy day outside. It's a little gloomy. People weren't paying attention for the time being. Jess, welcome to the crib, homie.
Yeah, nice, man.
You know?
I like it.
You like the setup?
Yeah.
I put some work into it, dude. It was
Proud of you, man.
It was pretty difficult. Thank you, bro. Thank you, man. Just I'm not gonna say I'm chasing dreams. I'm just doing something I love, you know. I believe I got a mean talk game for many different reasons, and I'm surrounded by a bunch of awesome people, you being one of them. And I guess from so many years of talking to people and getting little hints of, hey, man, you should do this and you should do that. And shit, man, I do it consistently when we're at the barbershop. I do it consistently if we're hanging out after doing jiu-jitsu or if we're watching UFC fights. So why not take it to another level? And then, you know, here we are. And I fucking have the privilege of getting you on board as my second guest. And tell the world about you, your boxing background, you know, and what you got coming up.
Well, for my boxing background, amateurs, I had 168 amateur fights. Out of the 168, I lost 15.
Wow, that's a big record, bro. Holy shit.
And it was rough. I started rough. I just started like street fighting. And I had no technique. I just knew I hit hard, and I was swinging at the fences. And if I got you, it was a wrap. You know. So
what got you into boxing? What exactly got you into boxing? Were you born here, or was
no?
this?
Yeah, I was born here in Miami. Born and raised in Miami. Cuban bloodline.
Both your parents are from Cuba.
Yeah, both.
Okay.
They made me over there, and I made it over here in time.
Oh, okay. So, Mom came pregnant then.
Yeah.
Is there a name for that? I bet Cubans got some slick shit to say about. Oh, you're one of those. I don't know.
You're lucky your name wasn't Use Navy.
I know. I made it right out. At least.
Lucky, because they see those ships. Yo, and that's the first thing they name their kids.
Okay, so we got to tell the people out there who don't know this about. I don't want to just say Cubans. We're gonna say Latinos, but
I'm gonna say Cubans. Though.
We're gonna say heavily Cubans. Turns out, and we're still figuring this shit out. We're still meeting people from Cuba. They come here. I don't say the defect, but they come over here, or we just meet them. They've been here. Their parents named them, and then you hear something like the joke that Gus is hinting towards. You hear something like, you know, what's your name? What's your name again? Usnavi. I never heard something like that. What is that from? No, my parents are Cuban. But a Usnavi, what the fuck is Usnavi? That sounds like something from Africa with a twist of, you know, what is that? How do you spell that? USNAVY. And I'm like, man, that looks like U.S. Navy. Oh, yeah, that's how my parents got the name. What? Yo, there's so many Cubans out there. Yeah.
Well, in the 90s, there was a thing that the Cubans are naming their kids with the Y's for everything.
And why was that?
I don't know. I think it was like a Japanese thing that they had, but it was just something I heard about. But I don't know exactly the facts behind it. But it was something.
Our peoples, bro. Our peoples. Gus, you're Puerto Rican
and Cuban.
My
dad's Cuban. My mom's Puerto Rican.
We all got some shit fucked up with us. I think Jesse's got the worst of it. All right, Jess. So you were born over here. And when did you start boxing? What got you into that?
I was just into the streets, man. I was a barber. From when you know me back then, when you met me, I was a barber. I started cutting up Jermaine Taylor and Ozone Nelson, which was Jermaine Taylor is like a brother to me. He started He's from Arkansas.
Tell the world who Jermaine Taylor. I know who Jermaine Taylor is, but tell everybody who Jermaine Taylor is.
Jermaine Taylor was the 2004 bronze medalist for the Olympics, and in the pros, he killed the game. He was the first one to stop to beat Bernard Hopkins twice after 10 years.
I remember it so well, man.
What a great career, man. Mm-hmm. So I was at the barber shop and I told Jermaine, "Hey, I want to start boxing." He was like, "Okay." He goes, "But you got to lose weight." I was weighing 159 pounds, going to the new LA Fitness down south where
we met.
Yeah. And I was just lifting weight. I was 159 pounds. And Jermaine's like, "Well, how much you weigh?" I told him 159. He goes, "You got to drop." I go, "I could do it, man. I knock a bunch of people out on the street. I'm a street fighter. That's what I do." He goes, "Yeah, but this is different."
So did you have some street,
Yeah.
I don't want to say credibility, but were you definitely getting down on the streets?
Oh, yeah, man. I had a, I'm not the tallest person in the world, so being 5'4", going to Southridge and stuff like that in Little Havana, where most places I mostly grew up at.
Mm-hmm.
I had the people always, I found the disrespect or something, and I took it to another level. The Cubans in the 80s were a whole different than the Cubans now.
Let me ask you something, and I got to point this out. and I might get jumped by you too, because you know where I'm gonna go with this.
You're gonna start talking about height.
I want to dig in a little deeper into it. I'm saying, I'm sure that because of your height, Jesse, you're what, 5'6"?
No, 5'4".
I'm sorry to hear that. So,
well, I'm at the right places. I'm okay.
Hey,
where it counts.
But no, I'm just saying that definitely could have led to people, fucking with you more because you were short and so on and so forth.
You're with a pretty chick and you're walking down the street and the guys want to disrespect you. When you're young, you're knuckleheads. So you have to lay the law down, and then so as things like that happen. And then in school, we're in Southridge. It wasn't like the best.
Oh, I remember Southridge High School. I mean, shout out to the Spartans, very known high school here in Miami, especially from the sports world, for many years. But back in my days, right before, it was a little earlier than I met you, but it was still, a tough, rough school. It's in the middle of the hood, and the hood got a lot better. But South Miami Heights, Perrine, well, really Hollywood Squares. Yeah. That's really where it's down the street, or Cutler Ridge, Carib Villas. All that stuff. So back then it was tough. It was rough. And we walked everywhere.
Yeah, we walked. There was no Ubers. Everywhere. There was no Ubers.
Motherfucker, you didn't walk. You should.
What? I was still walking when I was younger. Uber didn't happen until I was about 19 years old.
You couldn't even ride a bike by it. They'll steal it.
That's true, bro.
They'll steal it. There'll be two people pegging each other. You'll be riding bike. Hit you up for it. That's it. No more pegging.
It was bad. It was bad. It was bad back then. It really was.
I'm glad I grew up there. I wouldn't change it. Nothing,
It helps make you who you are, and if you love who you are, and you got a good heart, and you're not an evil person, then, I mean, that's kind of a crazy thing because, the people out there don't know my story just yet. Majority of people who are going to listen to this don't know my story, and I'm not saying that I'm going to spill it right now, but, I've been through some shit, and it's very difficult to say, when somebody asks you, did I throw it off? When somebody asks you, hey, if you can go back and change things, would you? Well, shit, I fucking love, when I tell you I adore the position I'm in right now. I love who I am. I love my friends. I love my job. Just everything. Life is good right now. So to say, I would go back and change it, it doesn't make too much sense to me because of, I'm happy where I'm at. I'm not just happy. I'm way more than that. And I do not know, nor do I feel strongly because, I believe it's called the butterfly effect. It's just one little flap of a wing from a butterfly can change the whole fucking world and how everything occurs. There's this show. They need to finish the series. It's on Netflix, dude. The Ozarks.
Ooh, that's a good show.
You seen it? You haven't seen it, Jess?
I had no life for the past 3 months.
No, but this shit's already overdue. Yeah, it's already due. But anyhow, in the, I think it was the third episode, they rewind because they started the movie fast forward right into they're about to murk these people, and you're like, what the fuck going on? So the third episode they rewind as to what happened. You see these two rich dudes riding in a limo, one's on the phone making a fucking big deal or whatever, and the other one's just staring out the window, and then dude hangs up, he's like, yeah man, we about to ching blah 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 blah, why aren't you excited? And dude's just gazing, he's like, yo, what the fuck? And he looks at him and he says, you ever think about how just the tiniest decision can completely change the world? It can literally reach the other side of the world. And the dude's like, man, what the fuck's going on with you, man? I'm over here trying to close this $5 million deal, blah, blah, blah. He goes, but that's what I'm telling you. I want you to think about that deal before we do it, because he was feeling shady about what they were doing, because the dude was shady, and that's what the whole series is about. The dude's a cartel guy. Fucking awesome show. And then he goes, think about that. It was something in the realms of, if I throw a cigarette out the car, somebody walking by who's a humanitarian, someone who's very against pollution, things of that nature, sees you throw that cigarette, and now you just got them fucking pissed. These motherfuckers, man, this, that. And then that little attitude that person has causes them to, and it just keeps going. That person might just speed.
Ripple effect.
Yeah, that person might speed with just enough anger to cut somebody off. Then that cut off causes, and it just keeps going. And it can literally lead to somebody in a fucking plane on the way to China, and they get there pissed off because of what just rippled effect to them. And now China's feeling the cigarette butt of some asshole over here in Florida. It happens, So I don't know that I would be in this position if I turned back the hands of time. So instinctively, I want to say no. I wouldn't. I love where I'm at. I wouldn't change anything because
it made you the man you are today.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree. I'm the same way.
If somebody was in a different position, I would imagine they would want to change their life. If I was fucking up and making bad decisions still, then I would change. I would think differently. Only thing is, I also feel like I don't want to be a hypocrite or lie, because you guys know the accident I had. I took somebody's life. How could I not want to go back and change that? You feel me? That makes no sense. If I can go back and change that, of course I should want to do that for all the right reasons. But then it's just, now you're just going into the rabbit hole. There's just so many ways to break that down as to why or why not. What would happen? What could happen? Whatever. But Jess, we met in, we always try to figure out the date. We think it was 2002 or 3.
It has to be around there.
I got out of prison. Yes, y'all can look that up. Anybody out there? I got out of prison September 22nd, 2000.
Power of Google.
Yeah. Oh, they're going to have a field day if they do that. Wesley Cantillo? Oh, shit. Here we go. Fuck it. I'm here now. I don't care. And by the way, I'm representing 305 UFC at the same time. Shout out to the boys. I got out of prison September 22nd, 2002. And it was very shortly after that I started going to LA Fitness. And I just don't know.
Mouse.
Yeah, I was with Mouse. And I don't know if I met you right away, because you were also Mouse's barber. No, yeah, you were Mouse's barber. No,
Mouse had the little man syndrome.
We all know that.
He used to walk around with the big dumbbells, looking at everybody hard.
My boy.
What's up, Mouse?
Yeah. Shout out to Mighty Mouse, a.k.a. Juan Gonzalez. That's my dude. Congrats to him, too. He had a baby. Did you know that? You follow him? You don't follow him on Facebook?
I barely look at Facebook.
I don't either, to be honest. I'm an Instagram guy, but he does post on Instagram, too. Yeah. But, yeah, man, he had a shorty. Him and his wife had a shorty, and I think the shorty's 4 months now. Hey, I don't care what you say, dude. I get fucking... Was it too bad? It's still good.
It's
Dog
good,
hit
it's
it.
good.
It's good. I get a little fucking irritated when these new parents flood the fucking internet with their pictures of their babies for every month of the first year. Come on, man.
Nah, I think what bothers me the most is when I ask them how old is their kid and they tell me 22 months. What the fuck?
Just say 2.
What the fuck
Just
is
say
22
2.
months?
About to be 2.
Yeah, 167 months.
It's the
Motherfucker's 13. What's wrong with you?
I think they just go by the ticket of the tag with the size they are.
Yeah.
9 months.
So we meet, Jess. And eventually we start kicking it at the barbershop. I go to your barbershop. It had to be only a few months after. So I'll definitely say that we met either at the end of 2002 or the very beginning of 2003.
Yeah, because I wasn't boxing yet.
And shit, man, that's it. From that point on, man, Jesse became a close friend of mine little by little. Barbershops, we all know how barbershops are. A lot of shit talking, fun, ball busting, this and that. Me, I didn't have a full-blown job yet. I was job hunting for a while and so on and so forth. So I would go there and I would fucking stay like 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with talking with the boys.
Yeah.
You just gotta have thick skin, though.
Pierre, shout out to Pierre. Carlos.
JJ.
Oh, yeah, Prieto, I forgot his name.
Todd.
Todd, that dude was a fucking trip, man. Fucking Todd came out rapping,
Yeah.
always rapping.
He's still the same.
Yeah, I know he put on a little bit of weight. He had some kids too. I saw that.
Some.
Oh, let's not go there. Gus, you don't have any yet, right?
Nah, not that I know of.
On that note, Jess, you got a kid, man, and this little kid's a fucking ladies' man, and I know he's also hot. He's a little pain in the ass, I would imagine too, because he gets it from you, bro. Kid's a little loose, but tell everybody about him, man. What's up with Dylan?
I got a 9-year-old Dylan, amazing kid. I'll never take that back. I don't regret him, and I don't want any more though.
Really?
I mean, I do, but I don't. It's just that he's outgrowing, getting to that age where you don't wanna. Start all over again. It's kind of hard.
Brother, you preaching to the choir.
It's kind of hard.
You got to keep in mind separately. I think where people fuck up is you first said it with some confidence, but then right away he drew back. It's like he started thinking, well, the pussy's good enough, maybe.
Maybe
if she's young enough, maybe. I don't know. What's the stipulation?
You know what I think I'll do is if I see a pretty chick that I want to have a kid with, I'm gonna be like, look, let's set up a contract and we're just gonna have a kid. I'm gonna be the father, but I don't want no relationship like that. Just make cute kids.
Speaking of that, man, one of my closest friends, man, Chris, he's about to do some fatherly shit where he's providing his semen to make the kids, and then the kid, he has an agreement with them that he can visit and all that, but not be known as the father, just as a friend.
I don't know how I feel about that.
And he's okay with it because I don't know, dude. It's weird. Like that's just talking about it. I'm like, damn, how do you do that?
Because when you go see the baby and he looks like you, and you're like damn, you want to take him?
Oh no, man. But that'll be a podcast for the future. You guys stay tuned on that one. But
don't let me see me.
How's Dylan? Yeah. How's Dylan doing at school, man? How is he with his academics and all that?
Man, that kid is my identical twin. Great grades, just can't behave, But the teachers love him because he's so charismatic. He just can't stay still, It's not that he's like a bad kid. He's a great kid, awesome kid. The ladies, man, all the girls, they're all. When I go see him, he's surrounded by girls.
Yeah, I know that. When you bring him to the gym, it's ridiculous.
Oh man, the day was funny. We went to the kid care, and he was like, "Papi, there's no girls in here. Let's go upstairs." So I'm like, all right. I went to work out.
See, but this is that type of shit that I'm gonna I'm not a parent. I'm just gonna give my input. That type of shit will come back to haunt you if you don't nip it in the bud and control it, man. Because for real, dog, you don't know what kind of that's a whole different beast that you're making. That's a new breed that you're See or no?
I gotta give a shout out to my boy AKA Javi. That started him.
What do you mean?
No, but he doesn't like touch him or nothing. He just likes talking to him and stuff. And when I went upstairs, he went into the spinning room.
Just touching and talking to him.
No, he doesn't touch him. He
doesn't touch him.
No, okay. Touch him. Just talks. And when I went upstairs, he was in the spinning room, and those older girls, not like little girls his age. It was like the older girls spinning, and he was there talking to them, and they were like, "Oh, how cute!" And I guess he likes that, I don't know.
He likes the attention.
Yeah, I guess.
All right. He's 9. When does he turn 10?
Next year. He just turned 9 in May.
Okay.
Time's flying already. A couple months ago already.
So the grades are good though, passing or whatever.
Nah, the grades.
I
don't.
No, not the grades. The grades.
Oh, the grades. Oh, the grades are doing good. He's doing good. I was like, grades. I'm not gonna have no grades. I'm going balls, man.
My boy. No, that's good. That's good. And so what do we got coming up next, man? Tell everybody about the big fight coming up next. Who's it involved? Who's on the card? And how do you feel about it going in? What's your training camp been like? All that good stuff.
Oh man, it's been a great camp. Fight next week, July 12th at the Hard Rock. It's for the WC Latino.
And when he says the Hard Rock, folks, he's talking about Fort Lauderdale, Florida, the Seminole Hard Rock Cafe.
It's the Seminole Hard Rock Casino. It's gonna be televised by Telemundo. I should be the co-main event for the fight. I'm fighting a Mexican guy, Carras. They changed him up. Carras, he's 24-7.
Definitely a veteran then. That's for sure. Nobody to take lightly.
Yeah, we've been training hard because at this age and at this era, I have zero mistakes. Like I can't afford a mistake right now. So I'm happy, man. I'm fighting for the WBC Latino world title, and it's a regional title
Mhm.
that leads to the world, and then the NABA title. So it's we're working, man. I'm proud of it. 2013, I fought for two world titles. You know, it didn't end up good. I was winning the fight, and I got stopped in the only guy to stop me, man. And I've been chasing that rematch for so long, and
We're
the
talking
guy
about the one that
retired,
you're talking about the one
Randy
that
Caballero,
was
yeah.
televised, right?
Yeah, Randy Caballero.
Have you seen that fight yet, Gus?
No, I haven't actually.
Bro, Jesse. First of all, this guy, and then and shout outs to the homeboy. You know,
Nah, guy's a great fighter.
The dude looks like just straight skinniness with no muscle, just nothingness. Okay, Jesse stepped up for the fight because the people were dodging him, and then the guy that he had dropped out the last minute, and Jesse said, "Give it to me, I want it." You know, so he gets it. First 3 rounds. I mean, I'm always gonna be honest. I'm not gonna lie about something. If you lost that round, you lost that round. We'll be doing the podcast when we watch certain fights, and you'll see. I'm gonna keep it real. If it's George Masvidal, you know he's gonna fight this weekend. We'll talk about that too.
Shout out to George.
Yeah, for sure. We're
Georgie.
definitely gonna talk about that. Damn, I get hyped up thinking about that. Don't get me started. Let's just do boxing right now.
I was
right?
talking to him yesterday.
Yo, man, I can't wait. Anyhow, so he's not whooping this guy, but he's beating him. First 3 rounds. I said, man, for sure. First, I thought second might have been a tie or Jesse got it, and then third, Jesse got it again, and the fourth, right? Was it the fourth? I don't know.
No, it was the fifth. The fifth where I caught with a body shot.
Well, dude cranked up in the fifth with body shots, and you can see Jesse was like, okay, Jesse started respecting the body shots. Wasn't hurt though. And you hear Jesse when we train guys out there. When Jesse trains on the bag, I love this kid, but he's one of those annoying fuckers that every punch he throws comes with a I mean, just every a minor jab. He's anyhow, but still you wouldn't expect what happens to happen. So it's live. It's on ESPN. I think it's the last fight of the night. It's been a great night of boxing. And I'm fucking flipping out and whatnot. Come on, Jesse. And I know we had a house full of people. And the dude, it was the 6th round.
Yeah, 6th round.
Dude went in. Well, no, but that's not when you belched out. That was the 5th. You got stopped in the 6th. But
no,
in
the 7th.
When you belched out, come on.
That shit hurt.
The dude, this little Flacco, bro, he came with the quickest, snappiest. Just
uppercut, bro. I threw a double jab since I'm lefty, and I slid to the right, and he threw an uppercut right down on my diaphragm.
Jesse backs up like it's obvious he's in pain. Well, it's not that it was so much he was pain. It took his air out. It's a body shot. Took his air out, and it caught him while he was jabbing. So he was open, and he backs up. He knows the dude's about to come get him, and Jesse, it was so quiet on the TV. And then in whatever stadium they were at, and Jesse just screams out, "Come on! Come on!" Like, yeah, I'm down. This hurts. I'm probably gonna get beat up, but come on, I'm ready. Bring it. And the announcers are like, "Oh God, Jesse Cruz just really belched out. Come bring it." And this, but the guy couldn't put him out. Jesse went another round, and I think the 6th round he did decent, but then the guy landed something.
The 7th round is where he stopped me. He landed a body shot, man. I was gassed out. Man. That guy hit me.
Yeah, it was bodies. It was only bodies. That dude did it.
That guy stopped. That guy had stopped 3 people in a row with body shots.
Yeah, he's actually really legit though.
That guy was on 20, and I fought him. I think it was like 22-0.
Yeah, I know he was on that high number somewhere up there.
He's the first in American history to win 9 nationals in a row. He comes from a breed of family and a great fighter. Heads off to him. He only lost to De La Hoya's nephew. I forgot his name, something De La Hoya. And the guy, he's retired. I've been wanting a rematch. I've been calling in.
Oh, he retired, really?
Yeah, he got in a car accident or something like that with his leg, and he needed surgery, and he's not gonna be able to walk the same again.
I've been following you your whole career, damn near. I've tried to come to every fight possible. I love that shit, and I'm definitely gonna be there at July 12th. And but I want to ask you, so I'm a realist, dude. You know, I'm a realist. I think that's where I get a lot of respect for some people because I'm very transparent. Some people don't want to. Some people, yeah, you know, some people don't want to ask certain questions because of what it might expose or because of the depths that's involved in the question. I don't always go there, but I definitely, if I want to, I don't hesitate for the most part, as long as it's not something too personal. So let me get a little bit deeper with you. So at that age and where you're at in your career, if things don't go right for you this weekend, will you keep trucking? You're just gonna truck until the body says no?
I don't know.
Or is this one of those things where, you know what, I'm only in it for a championship run because of my age and because of what I'm trying to do outside of this, whether UFC gym or anything else you got planned. So what's your thoughts on that? What are you thinking when going into the fight like that?
Honestly, I'm not thinking I'm gonna lose, but anything could happen. It's already written, and you just gotta live it. You never know, man. When I thought in 2013 I retired, I thought I was done. I did my nice run. I accomplished a lot of things that people told me I wasn't gonna get to. That when in the amateurs, I was the Olympic alternate for the 2008 Olympics. I started at 23. So I've been against the grind where people told me no, and I've been proving myself yes. So right now at the stage I am, I don't think I could get stopped right now. All the guys that I fought in the amateurs and in my career and stuff like that have them wear camp are world champions and we're doing good in the gym. He's gonna have to knock me out, but if he does, you can't stop it. It only happens to people that step up to the plate. I think that. I don't know. I'll take some time and reconsider. I mean, I fight for the passion. I love fighting. There's the adrenaline rush is like, if you don't jump off a plane, nobody could tell you what it feels like. You fought, Gus fought. We can't explain the rush that we get. The nervousness.
Right.
It's not scared because once you go in there, you're not scared. It's just
it's anxiety.
It's anxiety.
And there's different levels of the anxiety.
It's just that, oh shit, what's gonna happen?
Right.
You gotta. It's hard. People don't think that when we go out there. We invite a bunch of people. A bunch of people come out to the fights.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to get knocked out in front of people, you don't want to be somebody's postcard. You don't want to be postalitas. Nobody does, So,
yeah.
So
the question is almost not that fair for me to present it to you, and I understand that because there's so many things that are variables in regards to your next decision. Gus, you're a prime example. Watch. I'm going to come back to Jesse. Gus, you almost retired from amateur fighting, right? Or going pro, actually.
Yeah, my pro debut. So getting ready for my pro debut, I got injured and I had to have really serious surgery on my shoulder, my pec, my bicep. And that those are muscles you need completely for any combat sport.
And we're talking about mixed martial arts for people out there. We're not talking about boxing. Gus is a mixed martial artist.
Yeah, and I was feeling good. All my fights, I'm feeling good. I'm doing good, and just my body at this point is just it's almost like it's deteriorating. The more I do camps and the more I train, it's more injury after more injury. So I have to sit back and be a realist in the fact that whether I want to chase this dream right now and live that little hype or be 40 years old and not be able to even carry my kid.
That's true. Sport.
But the thing is, there's so many variables in regards to what's going to influence you. Yours was a lot of bodily injury, so that's totally understandable. Jesse hasn't experienced that. Not to say you haven't had injuries, of course you have, but that's not what's holding you back. That's not what's making you. And I'm not saying you second guess anything. This is just me thinking as a friend, a fan, and somebody who I'm still considered a professional fighter. I still have not retired. Whether I have to do that or not, I don't know. And it's not because I'm thinking, hey, man, I want to fight again. Fuck, man, I probably will never fight again. So that's it. That doesn't bug me at all. But I'm different. I'm 42. You're younger enough to keep going, and that's boxing. I've had injuries that you hadn't that I never recovered from. So that's different. So it's easier for me to be like, but the thing is this, though, when I fought the last time, in no shape or form was I thinking anything except, hey, man, I feel great, and I just want to go in there and just bang it out because of what we talked about. We love the rush and so on and so forth. And I chose, and it was a great event. And granted, I got fucking hurt several times leading up into it, and so on. I still won't blame that for my loss at all. But it was easy for my mind to choose to fight, why to do it, and to be able to be ready to choose whatever happens after it because I looked at it differently. You're in a whole different ball game. You are close to multiple championships, starting with this one, even if it's local. and you've been doing this for a minute. So, and then you have your own things that's going on with your life. So, and then that's why I asked, but it's still not really the fairest question, you know?
No, it all depends, you know. It all, after fight night, you know, nobody could. There's people that you see fighters that tell them, "What are you gonna do now?" Like, I just gotta go home and think about it, you know. I am getting. I do feel the difference. I used to run 9 miles and lose 8 pounds in a run. Now I run 9 miles, 10 miles, and I lose 4 pounds. You know, the age does kick to you. Your reaction is not the same. And when you're in the heavyweight division in all type of fighting, you don't move around, throw as many punches and kicks in MMA, but in boxing it's just punching. And in the lighter weight classes, you gotta let guns go out. So it's different. Like I don't throw as many punches as I used to. I'm more like a Kobe Bryant right now at the end of his career. Like, you know, you gotta be technical. You make everything count. You hurt the body. When I came back 3 years ago.
Yeah, man. But for your division, man, minus that little dude who put it on you, you fucking hit hard.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And you rip body. Well, that's how you beat your last guy with a body shot. But man, you
with a
fucking
sprained
hit
hand.
hard.
My last fight has.
Yeah, I remember. You sprung it
sprained
like a week and a half right before the fight.
A week exactly from the fight. Oof. I sprained, had a big knot. Everybody was like, "Are you gonna fight?" Like, yep.
You know, that's why Henry Cejudo deserves so much fucking props for
fighting with that swollen ankle.
Swollen ankle that he hid from everybody. I know that shit was on fire. I mean, granted, he could have. Can they get away with taking? What is it? Some type of pain reliever before they go into a fight?
Like an oxy?
Nah, that's a fucking drug, bro. Not like that. I mean, something like
put him to sleep.
No, like a cortisone shot. They can take a cortisone shot.
I have no clue if it's considered an enhancement.
Yeah, can you SADA?
No,
can
you
can't.
You
can't,
I
right?
don't think so.
Yeah, because if I can't feel pain, then I have a chance of beating.
Yeah, because it's illegal to inject the hands.
It's almost like putting a crackhead in there. He'll beat every champ.
Yeah. Hey,
you know, it's
stop.
You put a Miami Beach crackhead in there, he'll be pound for pound.
It's funny that the especially to the Diaz brothers, that they consider weed performance enhancement. You can't go into a fight high, okay? And yet they say that marijuana or getting high has no performance enhancement capabilities. That's what the specialists say. But USADA doesn't allow a fighter to go in there. I think that's showing respect to weed because I know a lot of people can't do that. They can't fight high. They can't even spar high. They might be able to do some bag work high. Bitch, I get high. And when I get high and I get on that bag, oh man, I don't even know who I am. I swear to God, I get in these zones where it's like I'm bouncing out of my body, looking at myself, being like, damn, Van Dam, go ahead. Like, it's crazy, I don't know. And I've done it sparring. No, I've never fought. I've never been full blown, high and fought. Nah, sparring, yeah. I could. Can you?
No.
Nah, not even jiu-jitsu?
No.
Back in the days when you were about that life?
I've never been about that life.
Oh, that's right. You've been square. I forgot. I forgot how square Gus is. Jess, speaking about the not square life, when do you not take a drink? When do you stop? When are you completely clean? Like, not even have before my fight, a week before my fight, I still had a drink. Because I know that drink is not going to do anything to me like
For
that.
real?
Fuck yeah.
Bro, I would go 6 weeks.
Well,
That's so excited.
It depends who I'm fighting. No, because the experience, it depends. Look, I don't want to mention no names, but a couple fights ago, I was mad.
Do it!
Nah, I don't want to.
Go ahead, load up.
No, all right. Fuck.
Load up and
all right,
shoot.
Fuck it. When I fought Raul Chirino, I was at the strip club 3 days before the fight, and I was like, and he was like, bro, we had a close eye. Oh, to be honest with you, man, I was at the strip club, bro, drunk, and and zero respect for you. So it all depends on the person.
Nah, that's a horrible thing. I didn't think he was going to say that, Gus.
Yeah. What is the truth?
I thought he was going to say an inside scoop on somebody.
No, but I have a question, serious, Jesse, because at the beginning of me fighting, I did this because I listened to a boxer. And I went 6 weeks without any release of testosterone. Because he told me that it helps.
It does. What it does, it keeps you focused.
Man.
It keeps you more focused.
So you personally don't.
No, I wait 10 days. I'm already going crazy. It's been a couple of days. I'm already going crazy.
I did it. I did it the night before my fight.
I'll be honest. The first 3 fights of me of an amateur, I did that.
Yeah, I did. I used to do it too, but it all depends. I got boys that the same day I'm like, oh,
Oh man, that's crazy.
Okay, but here's the thing. You got to get scientific on some shit like that.
Yeah,
because
because there's no scientific facts
I've
or
had-
basis.
I've had-
Support that.
I've had
There's no-
sex. I've had sex right before I go sparring. I've done good. Sometimes you feel the weakness. You know, you can't go at it for a couple hours.
Well, okay, well,
A
hold
little
on.
quickie,
I'm
don't
not
do
talking about, I'm not talking about a quickie before the fight. I'm not saying that. What I'm, again, scientific. What does the actual release of less than a tablespoon of fucking sperm? Because no, don't you go there, motherfuckers. None of y'all are blasting anything more than a tablespoon of sperm, okay?
wish it was
I mean,
less.
after 6 weeks, after 6 weeks,
Gonna
I'm
turn
like a
green.
full yogurt bar.
Guy, oh my goodness.
You go to sleep after that.
Listen.
And it's just so strong after that. You go to sleep. Oh yeah, boys, we're going to after party. No, tomorrow.
I want to look that up. I'll tell you what. Entertain,
what,
Gus.
what I think is, it
Gus,
just
do me a
relaxes
favor.
you.
Can you look that up? Yeah, see.
I'm gonna find. I'm gonna put some facts on this.
Let's see what it is. Effects of not yet. Wait till you actually get it. What are you gonna look up though?
The sex of
No,
fighting.
Climaxing before a fight. Climaxing before. I don't want to say coming.
Shooting a load.
That's fuck, Google. How deep do you go?
Now they'll figure it out. But I what it does to me, it relaxes me. So I guess that's what they're trying to avoid you relax. You know how they're saying, oh, don't take warm showers or to relax the muscles. You want them active. I guess that's what it comes from.
I definitely agree with that, and there's probably even more there that you're not saying, nor that I know. But something that I strongly believe in, and I use this all the time, it's always mind over fucking matter.
Oh yeah.
99% of the times. That doesn't mean either one of us are that good at it, like let's say a monk in Tibet is, but it's mind over matter. So that can go in so many ways. If in your mind, once you bust a nut, it makes you relax to an extent that you don't overthink about the fight and you're not stressing yourself out doing this and doing that because, climaxing relaxed you. It relaxed you. It relaxed you, whether it's a significant other or a worthless female or fucking jerking your shit, whatever. If that relaxes your mind because your mind is always, then that's what works for you.
They say jerking is worse.
No, that's
That's what they say.
I would imagine, yeah, because see, that has a lot of movement in it. See, that's different. You don't. That's how you pop that little jab out there. So you don't want to get that thing, tired out.
What is it saying there?
Okay, it says. I started with a question the reader sent me a while back. Hey Johnny, I just finished reading your mailbag and noticed you didn't believe in sex or masturbation before a fight. I don't mean to undermine you or anyone else, but I read on Wikipedia. He said that like Wikipedia is it. That's it. If it's on Wikipedia, it's it. No, you're wrong, buddy. But I read on Wikipedia a while back that sex before a fight might actually make you perform even better. Another popular myth is that having sex in the days leading up to a sporting event or contest is detrimental to performance. Numerous studies have shown that there is no physiological basis to this myth. Ding, ding, ding. Additionally, it has been demonstrated that sex during the 24 hours, that's what I did, prior to the sports activity, can elevate the levels of testosterone in males, which potentially could enhance their performance. That's enough for me. I don't even need to read anything else.
No, they
That-
do
I mean,
say
that-
the
that's
release,
enough
and
right
you gotta-
there.
Yeah.
Produces more because it's.
I know this. Do you know, don't ask me how I found out this random fucking knowledge, but God, I don't want to talk about this story. The more you climax, I don't care how you do it, if you're jerking off or if you're fucking all the time, the more you climax on a consistent basis, I think that's Yuli, if you want to go ahead and the stronger, the more fertile your sperm is.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
So remember that. Okay? That is definitely proven. That is scientifically supported
The more you
and proven. The more you release it, the more the fertile it is. So if you're busting one every week or so, your shit's staying strong. If you're not busting that often, and let's say you slip up on a girl, there's a less of a chance that you're gonna impregnate her because your shit isn't as strong as it normally is. So if we keep that concept in mind, and then we apply it to what we were just talking about right now in regards to, they said leading up to the fight, 24 hours, it makes sense. It makes sense. Even if it's minuscule, and it probably truly is minuscule, but it does make sense, So, I mean, I'm digging that we got that reply right there. I really am. So going back, man, were you getting down with it? You weren't doing it. Were you doing it like this square and
well, at the beginning, and then I had stopped because they didn't. When I was in the national team, they used to test you like random.
Oh,
I sparred great when I was. Don't get me wrong, I sparred great on it, but I felt like I was in the Matrix.
Oh, Lord.
And it is the truth in the back work.
What about if you don't mind me asking? What about CBD oils? Do you do anything CBD for your sports performance or anything like that? Is there something you don't believe in?
You gotta be careful with
some of them.
oils.
Some of them have THC in them.
Yeah,
I just heard that.
I have people get busted and it sucks, and then have to sue the company, and
Hot damn.
So you gotta be careful which one you take. But I've heard it's good. I've taken CBD oil, and it helps you. And it does help you, man. If whoever hasn't tried it, try it out. Just when you get drug tested, you got to make sure you're clean.
For everybody out there, man, we got a new guest in the house. I'm gonna introduce him, and then we're gonna pause this real quick so I can get the camera set and everything, so we can look a lot better. But we got my boy Yuli Monster in the crib. He's also gonna be fighting on the boxing card that we've been talking about with Jesse as well. So we're gonna get him mic'd up, put the headphones on, everything else, and then we're gonna continue this here thing right here. Okay, get right back to you. What's going on, beautiful people? Just want to take a moment to thank everyone out there for tuning in. We continue getting so much love and support, and appreciate every bit of it. But on that note, if you're a new listener or simply someone who's interested in following our journey, please take a second to subscribe to our channel or download whatever necessary app in order to never miss a show. Also, why not give us a follow on Instagram at BlackSheep305 and at Gus Villamil. Again, we truly appreciate all the love and support and look forward to continuously giving everyone listening a different perspective. Now let's get back to the podcast. So to everybody over there listening, whether you just tuned in or you've been with us the whole time, we've been rocking out with my boy Gus over here helping out. We got Jesse, our special guest, good friend of mine's, and a pro boxer. He's got a big fight coming up. And then my boy, it's actually all our boys. He's actually super everybody's boy. Yuli's a very, very known guy from Miami. Has a lot of people who respect him and know him for many reasons, and we're definitely gonna let him tell all that. But Yuli, man, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, my brother. I love what you got going on here. I appreciate everything you got going on, and I appreciate you having me on, brother.
Right on, man. Right on, man. I know the crowd loves it. The crowd loves it. So just to catch everybody up, you're also fighting on the card.
Yes, sir.
So tell us a little bit about who you're fighting and what's going on and how's your camp been and everything else.
Man, well, first off, my camp has been amazing. There's gonna be really my second fight because I fought in Colombia one time, but under Orlando Cuellar, which was Glenn Johnson's coach, Antonio Tarver. This guy makes champions. He has
two great boxers, Glenn Johnson and Tarver.
Yeah. No, and he's had many more. He had 22 world champions. Okay. This guy has a track record. Soon to be in the Hall of Fame for sure. You know what I mean? I don't know why he's not already, but
right.
This guy's. I'll tell you what, definitely this is my 12th pro fight I'm going into, and this is the first one I feel like I actually know what I'm gonna do when I walk into this fight. You know what I mean?
Really?
We've been working heavy on my defense. You guys know I came into the sport kind of at a late age with a lot of injuries. You know what I mean? So I'm working with a lot of things that people aren't, but no excuses. We're moving forward, but he's working with me on everything I have and making me better for my style, because I'm not a jump around the ring boxer. I'm more of a head up brawler,
Yeah, for sure. You're I think what I would consider you, I don't know, Jess, you've been in the game a long time, and Gus, you know the game. I would consider him a technical brawler.
Yeah.
A technical brawler, because you don't come loose, you don't come sloppy. You know, but you coming in. You coming in to hit. You know, your head movement. You're like Tyson with
A little stiffer Tyson.
Yeah, man. Fuck. Who's there's no Tyson, bro. There's no fucking God. I can't get enough of watching that guy's fucking videos. Every time, I don't know if you guys follow a hashtag or whatever, Boxing Life or fuck. Which one is it? I don't forgot which one it is. They're always putting boxing videos, and so daily is something Tyson, and every time it's Tyson. I gotta watch it. I've already seen it 20 times. I gotta watch it again.
Anytime Tyson's on an Instagram, I gotta watch it. That guy was, that guy was my hero coming up.
For real.
Him. I love Tyson. I always loved Tyson. He was top 2 favorites because of his story. You know what I mean? He's a guy that really came from nothing and became the biggest thing in the world. But as for me, boxing wise, Evander Holyfield was my favorite boxer.
Really? Yeah. Well, he's fucking amazing too, dude.
Evander was the man.
Stand-up guy. The real deal. The only one to really, I don't know. It's hard to say about Tyson's losses. I hate to talk about his losses because it's. Yeah, I'm being biased. I admit that right the fuck away. But I think we never saw the best Tyson ever. We never saw the most fully matured, best potential Tyson. I don't think we saw it. Once Gus died, and his fame hit so fast, and then the whole thing with Robin Givens, that's it. We never got the best Tyson after that. That was it. Yeah. So
you're talking about a hood dude, you know what I mean? Who got adopted, got into the right thing, then people who cared about him died. So
his adopted white father who taught him everything died, you know. So that's tough, man. We all have stories, you know, and we all have a somewhat hood background. We all do and whatnot, and what we've done, and he epitomizes that. So it's great to see his story. It's even greater to see that how many fucking falls he took.
Right, still where he's at,
and now he's almost his most successful, or maybe not. Compared to the millions he made, I don't know.
I don't know him personally. I'm just talking from my point of view. He might not be as successful as the money-wise, but I think he's as happy as I've ever been. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you guys seen his Undisputed, the Broadway thing he did. That was amazing.
Dude, that shit was so fun. Wait, hold on. The Broadway,
He did a Broadway stand-up where he's by himself talking
on the
hilarious.
Stage. Yeah, he was hilarious.
It was funny. It made me cry. It was amazing. You know what I mean? It was great.
He showed his anger when he started talking about that one time.
No, and now he's like more human, kind of to me. And I don't know. Like I said, it's my opinion. But when he was boxing, he was kind of like a dinosaur. He'd say some funny shit. You know,
funny shit. Eat your children.
I got a broken back.
Spinal.
But now, he carries conversations and he admits to all his faults. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You guys saw the interview in Canada when
he snapped on the
guy.
The reporter. Did you see that one?
No, not the one that I'll fuck you till you love me, faggot.
No. He's talking about way after.
Yeah.
Like he's like making a comeback in his life or whatever.
That was like a Good Morning America type of thing. Yeah. I actually got that on my Instagram. I posted
it. Rat bastard. I thought you were cool, but you're an asshole.
Yeah.
No, and then his manager.
He goes, "What do you want to do?" Like, oh my God.
His manager tried to. Yeah, exactly. His manager's like, Mike, no, shut the fuck up. You're a fucking dirtbag. And he just goes off.
Because you know what? Because at the end of the day, man, like he has turned a new leaf. He's so perfect, but he's still got a hood. Like 100%. Us, brother. We're great people. I love being good to people. But bro, you back me in the corner, or you trying to make me look like an idiot. You might get a little. I might have to show you my teeth a little bit. You know what I mean?
Of course, bro. You know what? I was just talking about this. See, I want people out there to understand this. And I'm not gonna rant, but I am gonna call people out with not name wise. You're gonna know who you are when I say this because the shoe's gonna fit. I know Yuli very well. I know Jesse very well. Gus, I've gotten close to in the last 6-8 months, and I've gotten very tight with him, or he wouldn't be sitting here right now. Okay, but I can't say that much for Gus. But I do know that me, Yuli, and Jesse, we've lived a hood life. We've done thug shit. We've done all that, seen it, been part of it. Something it's happened. It really has happened. I hate when people try to act like they know and they just don't know.
Rich mommy and papi?
They just don't know what it is to have our background. We're not trying to brag about it. Right. It's not something like that. But like, okay, for instance, and I have to tell this story. This is a big story amongst my friends. I started hanging out with this new group of friends, right? And this is like about 4 or 5 years back, maybe 6. A bunch of great people. And it was only about the third time we hung out. We're under a tent. We're playing beach volleyball. And you guys know I used to do that all the time. Yeah. And we were sitting down in between games, and these motherfuckers started like cussing each other out. You know, friends wise, right? But they're going in. They're going in on shit that I don't do. And then like, you know, and I'm gonna, you know, I'm not the. By the way, Yuli, just so you know, and people out there can hear it as well. You know, I'm trying to tone down. I'm trying. Nah, fuck that. Fuck that. I'm trying to get the use of the N word in the hood slang. You know, I'm trying to get that out of my system. You know, I don't hold that against anybody, but I'm trying to get it out of my system because it is a derogatory word. It does come from a bad background, and it's just something that I'm just trying to get out of my system. I'll call you every other motherfucking thing in the book, but I just don't want to say nigga. You know, even when we talk like that as amongst friends, I'm trying to get that out of my system. But for this story, I'm going to go ahead and let it go, okay? So people don't think I'm being a hypocrite, all right? So my friends, you know, they're coming, they're walking out from playing volleyball. We're sitting down. They're like, man, you a bitch ass nigga, man. Why the fuck didn't you do this and that? Bullshit. You a pussy, old puss ass nigga. Man, dog, I'm hearing this shit. My heart's on the floor.
Mine's on the floor hearing the story.
Hearing it, right? So this is what, you know, when you got hood in you, when you grow up to this, when you hear that, that's an immediate, wait, somebody's about to fight.
That's a fighting word.
That's it. Somebody's about to fight. Or if they call you that, you're like, oh, let me strap up. Let me knuckle up. Because if you calling me that, we're fighting.
And sorry to interrupt the story,
of course.
But just to go off of what you're saying, I got friends that I've had, and this is no lie, 30 plus years. I'm 38. I've had friends that have 30 plus years, 25 plus years. I never call my friends out their name. I don't. That is something. And as a man, and not even so much hood things, but I think just being raised up in the street, like you said, because you hear that and you're like, wait, brother, what are you know what I mean? What's wrong with you?
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
So when I hear, I could feel where you're coming from with the story.
No, so it got better, right? So I'm like, all right, man, I'm new to the group. You know, I don't want to start barking and put my demands out there. Hey guys, if you guys want to maintain my friendship, you're gonna have to stop this. So whatever. So we parlay, we're chilling, we're drinking. They calm down. Now they're into that calm down, funny talking shit. And then here comes the, man, suck my dick. I'm like, yo, man, I lost a ventricle. Just, I'm like, yo. And then once they started saying that, they were like, nah. But if it was in your ass, I said, all right, that's it.
Oh yeah.
I can't.
I gotta step in.
Yeah. So I did. I literally did though, and I was. But, you know, this is how I am. I'm a vet. You know, you're a vet. You know, I told myself, okay, what I'm about to say might literally push these dudes away. You know, I'm about to lose a bunch of cool homeboys, but I got to do this because I'm institutionalized.
Right.
I'm hood institutionalized. I'm whatever you want to call it, street institutionalized. You're not going to talk like that to me if you want to maintain homeboyship, you know? So I say, yo, fellas, can I get y'all's attention, man? Can I get y'all's attention, man? And I just told him, I said, listen, man, I was really brought up different. The way you guys are talking to each other, man, that shit has me blown away right now.
And at the same time, again, sorry to interrupt, but they're opening doors for people that are out there listening that aren't even friends
exactly.
like that to do the same shit to you.
That is a perfect example. And one of those things is kind of like, and I'm not going to jump on that topic. I'm just throwing it real quick. It's like the N-word topic where certain people can say it, but then others can't. And that's a tough situation. When is a white boy hood enough? When is he credible enough? And in what state? Because you can't be a hood white boy from South Florida and you saying that shit all the time, and then you go to Louisiana, they will jump on your head right away. There's no talking about it. They will. I know. I was up there. So anyways, yeah, man, I don't want to go too long to the story. I told them. They respected it for the most part. I gave them the whole, you know, hey man, it's just because of this and that and what I've been through and so on and so forth. It's kind of like, and I told him, I said, it's a horrible the way of describing it, but it's a PTSD. If I got molested when I was younger, man, imagine if somebody touched me the wrong way, how I would flip out because of what happened. Well, I was just taught forever and a day. If you hear that, fight. If you hear that, somebody shitting on your life. Somebody just spit on you pretty much, you know? So I told him that. And one homeboy, and people out there listening, they know who it was, and may his soul, you know, be amongst us. He passed away a couple years back. Nice. He says, what if I call you Fun Boy? Bro, I looked at him, and for that minute, I was like,
yeah, that's in the middle of a serious situation.
Yeah, and exactly. And then he goes, what? He looks at the whole group. What? Because that's how I feel that your argument's all about. They're just words, Wes. They're just words. So fine, I'm not gonna say fuck boy. All right. Which, by the way, for everybody out there, what y'all call fuck boy nowadays. Us three, we didn't grow up thinking or hearing that fuckboy is not somebody who's running around fucking.
That's definitely funny.
Fucking bitch. Yeah. Oh my God. What? Yeah, but so my boy teased me with fun boy, and anyhow, people just don't understand what it is. So obviously, we can maintain discipline and be as respectful as we want. And I know you guys, Yuli, I think you've made the biggest turnaround, dog.
Thank you, brother.
To know, to know you as long as I have, and know what you've been through, and so on and so forth, and to hear the way you talk now, and how see these interviews you've done, and how much. I'm not a religious man. I know you are to a great extent, and even when you took that last loss, man, your post-fight talk when you posted that video, I think it was on IG. I'm not sure where it was at. I was like, dude, this dude just spit some real shit, like about, man, it's never a loss, it's never a fail. However you worded it, you were just freestyling. I'm like, damn.
Because losing a fight is, it was a lesson, first off. But we've lived a similar parallel life in certain aspects, and that losing a fight, and first of all, thank God I didn't get knocked out or knocked down or nothing. It was a hell of a fight. We had a dog fight. That was number one.
Right.
Number two was, that's not a loss, brother. You know what I mean? Loss is, God forbid, something with a family, a friend. You know what I mean? Like, this is something I got right back up. I'm back on this horse, and I'm ready to go knock another couple heads off. Hopefully he comes back around. I want to knock his head off. You know what I mean?
So I thought it's supposed to be a rematch. It's not him.
No, it's supposed to be a rematch. 2 weeks ago, I got a video from the promoter. The guy fell off a motorcycle with his kid in Mexico, and he's all banged up. He's all
shit.
Yeah. Thank God he's all right. He's all right.
We wish him a speedy
Yeah,
recovery.
for sure. But his legs all banged up. He messed up his chin.
Damn,
his kid got all messed up too.
So who's your opponent now then?
I got this guy Mike Sawyer. He's 8-12. He's a veteran in the game. He's got 20 fights. And honestly, I respect everybody, brother. I treat every fight like it's a championship fight. And like I said, I came in this game late, so this professional level of fighting is still new to me. Even though I'm going to my 12th fight, it's still new to me. But
you're humble, bro. I love that you say that, and,
Thank you.
and you're consistently learning, man.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's definitely a learning experience, brother. It's amazing. This all started off as a bucket list dream for me. I was sitting in Colorado.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're telling me this because I was gonna ask you, where did this come from?
Yeah,
well,
I've always loved to train. We train together.
By the way, let me tell the people out there.
Yeah.
So I met Yuli at Evolution MMA.
Tough Academy.
Tough Academy. Fuck my
Before
life,
Evolution.
yo. That's a great correction, man. Damn, that's a good call. I would not have remembered that had you not said that. So big shout out to what was Tough Academy. It's Evolution MMA right now. I'm sure. I think Dan is out there listening right now, or he will be. He's an amazing coach. One of my head coaches.
Amazing person. Yes, he is.
Yeah, he is. Monteleon, by the way, Dan Monteleon over there at Evolution MMA over here in Miami. He's doing big things. He's doing great. Yuli came in there one day, and I don't know if it was because the backyard fights were so hot and you were starting to get into it.
Yeah, well, I had just come out of prison.
Okay.
And then so it was that's what it was. The backyard fights were being big. I actually wanted to do something at a pro level.
Right.
And then so me and you started training together.
Yeah,
right?
So that's when we started training.
I had a little bit of a background from before. I had done boxing at an early age. I came out the joint. When you started training, you actually taught me a lot. I remember sparring with you. I actually remember one day, I don't know if you remember, I were sparring with you and I wasn't really getting at you. You were like, hey, try this. And I tried it on you and it worked.
No, I know, but I believe it. Yes, for sure.
But
it's like I tell people all the time. I say, hey, man, I got a really mean defense, and my head movement's a lot, but I'm gonna admit to you, my body's open. And maybe that's what it was. I said, my body's open. My defense is so good high that my body's open. And if you're somebody who can see it, shout out to my boy Tony the Hulk Johnson. He's got a big fight coming up. Huge shout out to my dude. Man, Tony fucking dropped me with a liver shot one time, dude.
Dan used to drop me every day, bro.
he
Dan
was
could
known for
kickbox
that, bro. Yeah, he was known for liver shots too.
Yeah. Dan could kickbox his ass off, bro. I used to spar with Dan, and I honestly, I swear, bro, to the day I told him I couldn't touch him. He'd kick me to the chest, and I'd be like, all right, hold on. Time out.
Yo, Dan had this American kickboxing style, so he didn't load up and Muay Thai on it, and he's not a bouncing around, but he was long, sharp shooter, and he'll sneak something in behind something else,
and Dan right now is probably in his mid-40s, and he's still like slim, and he's like, this guy's all bones, bro. Whenever he hits you, you feel it, you know what I mean, in your soul.
Yo, big shout out to that. But yeah, man, so that's where we started our friendship, and we trained, we did a whole lot together, and then I think you followed Wayne somewhere. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, Wayne got his own thing going, and then I had a motorcycle accident after that, which stopped my thing for a while.
That's what it was. And then
stopped my thing for a while. I got off the accident. I came back. I started doing the thing with Wayne. Never fought on one of his cards. It was more like, I mean, Wayne is a great friend. Shout out to Wayne Bermudez.
Yeah,
He's a
man.
great person also.
Great dude. You know
And,
Wayne, Jesse, right?
yeah.
You don't know Wayne?
Wayne
you
Bermudez,
saw
he's
him.
been in
You'll
the fight
know
game
him.
a long time,
Yes,
too.
yes,
but-
yes, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes,
You saw him. You'll know
Yeah.
who it is.
But
Gus, you don't know him, Gus? You ever met Wayne?
Wayne
No.
is a great guy.
He was earlier in the
Yeah.
fight games. He's been laying low for a couple years.
He started his own thing of like stand up MMA with no ground
Okay, so
game.
look,
and
it was
had a
called
couple-
MSA,
Yeah.
Mixed Striking Arts.
Yeah.
You had to remember when he did that. So Wayne was the producer of that, and it was with 5-ounce gloves, and it was anything and everything striking,
Right.
no takedowns,
Right.
and that's it.
And it was all straight knockouts. Everything.
Dog.
Everything was straight
That shit
knockouts.
was dope,
Yeah,
man.
it
That
was.
shit
Pride,
was
huh?
dope.
Like
Yeah,
Pride.
that first.
That's my favorite thing, Pride.
You remember you met our Hawaiian homeboy, right?
Yeah, Jonathan.
Jonathan.
That's my dog. I still mess with Jonathan.
That's my dude.
Jonathan used to bring Dan. Sorry. Dan used to bring Jonathan and all these guys
Yeah.
to my gym because I
It's,
used to.
it's Jonathan.
Jonathan Vicente.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
I used
Shout out to him.
Yeah,
in
shout out to my
Hawaii.
dog. Yeah. A warrior. That guy's like.
He saw
yo.
his son do a backflip and he missed. Man, come on, man.
No,
Ooh.
He let it. He put it on IG.
Oh yeah, you're right. He's right.
Uh,
He's
it-
right.
it- it- Jonathan's my dog.
Was that his son?
Yes, he like. I tried to tell him not to do it, but I let
He's
him.
got like 5 fucking kids, bro.
Yeah.
Them
Shout out
that
to
Hawaiian-
Jonathan.
Life.
Yo,
Jonathan is a warrior too,
hey,
bro.
Hey, he got knocked out that night,
Yeah.
right in front of us.
By a badass kickboxer.
Bad
too, though.
motherfucker
Yeah.
that they flew in from overseas.
Yeah,
This motherfucker
exactly.
had like 30 something
Yeah,
and
yeah.
4.
Well,
Yeah.
at
No,
the center, right?
Cyrus.
Cyrus, that's his
At
name.
the center.
No, it was at the dog track at the.
Was that one at the dog track?
Yeah, 37th and Northwest 7th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Bro, I remember, it's funny, man, talking about the fight game, how you get numb to shit. It's kind of like soldiers. So soldiers out there, they see death. They see a head, a limb, or whatever. Say, ain't shit. Then they kick that shit to the side.
Right.
Me and you. But fight game, we've seen so much. And here's Jonathan. he put up a good first round. Second round's a toss up. Third round, he's winning, but then he tired out, and then Cyrus starts hunting him down. There's only one more round, fourth round.
He threw a crazy kick.
He hunts him down to our corner, and Jonathan's just tired. Jonathan's right. We can smell his feet, man. He is right in the corner. We're right in the corner. It's me, Josh, the Fireball, Mercado. Shout out to Lil Josh.
Yeah,
He's part of
shout
that
out to
clique
Josh.
back then.
Josh.
And then you hear the
No. Yeah.
10 seconds. Jonathan move. You see the guys like loading up. The guys like hinting like, yo, are you going to move? Because we got 10 seconds left. I will commit to this shit. Jonathan, he's going to let it go. Jonathan, move. Bro, there might have been 3 seconds left. The guy just looked at him in the corner like, you're really not going to move? Está bien. It wrapped around.
Yeah.
It went around his wrist. He had a high guard. It went around his wrist.
And it was all shin straight.
As he's timbering down, I turned to Josh. I'm looking at Josh. I mean, Jonathan is timber, and I'm looking at Josh, and I go, he didn't move.
Yeah. Fuck.
That's
it
it.
was a hell of a fight, a hell of a
It
knockout.
was,
It
it
was.
was.
But Jonathan is a warrior. That dude will fight anybody at any time. You know what I mean? And but anyway, Dan used to bring them to my gym. I used to own a workout gym, and he used to
right.
bring them over too because I had a sauna in there.
Over there now, whatchamacallit?
Yeah, body cut over there on
Yeah,
Flagler.
Bird. Or
Yeah,
Flagler,
yeah.
right.
But back to the fight game. That's how we met. And then, but you know what? Like, I'm not religious, but I'm very spiritual. I believe in God, and I believe through with everything I've been through that there has to be a higher power that's been saving me my ass through all these years. You know what I mean?
There's a higher power. You just got to watch Joe Rogan, Bob Lazar.
I did see that. I did hear that. That was actually great.
That was awesome,
Listen, and the
yeah.
next day I'm in a gym. I'm sparring. I leave the sparring gym, and 2 guys are talking about it. So I get mixed back up into that conversation. Yeah, that shit's crazy.
It is.
But I think back to like how I got back into it was I was in you know what I mean? I always loved the fight game. I was always into it somehow. I never stopped. Like, every year I'd spend a couple months training here and there. You know what I mean? But I would be smoking bud. I'd be drinking. The party take over me, and I wasn't really. I was serious with this shit. And then I was in Colorado. I was doing the bud game, growing bud over in Colorado, and fucking just wasting my life away. I felt like I was better than what I was doing. You know what I mean? And the money was all right, but you get paid every couple months, and it was shit. You know what I mean? I wasn't happy. And bro, I swear to God, one day, I mean, I'm sure you guys have this conversation. I believe in God, so I was having it with God. I was like, God, please, I swear to God, I don't want to do this shit no more. You know what I mean? Yeah, I was cussing at God and everything. So I was like, please, come down, put your hand on me, bro, and just take me away from this. I don't want to do this. I packed my truck up, called the movers. They moved me back to Miami. I came to Miami, and I was like, bro, I'm gonna try this bucket list thing. I've been training probably for like 2 months. I was healthy as shit. You know what I mean? I got back to Fifth Street Gym, which I had been when they first opened years ago.
Big shout out to 50.
Yeah.
Fifth Street's been there. Fuck.
Yeah, well, Fifth Street Gym is originally Muhammad Ali's gym, which they've been around, 100 years, 50 years. But then they reopened probably like 12, 13, 14 years ago. Actually, no, like in, like 2008. So, like 11 years ago. And shout out to Dino Spencer, which is the man there. Josh Dempsey, which was my coach. Both of those guys are great guys. And so I reunited with them almost 3 years ago now. And in November, it'll be 3 years. And I got in there for like a month. And I remember right before New Year's, I was like hype. And I was like, I was sober and I was happy. And I told Josh, I'm like, hey, I want to take a fight. He's like, you sure? I'm like, yeah, I'm positive, bro. I'm like, I did my amateur career 20 years ago. You know what I mean? So they come back about 2 days later. Like, hey, we have a fight in Dominican Republic, January 27. I was like, all right, cool. No bullshit. You know what I mean? Nervous. You know what I mean? Because but ready. And nothing. I took it, and brother, it's been an avalanche ever since. A good one, you know what I mean? And I'm living my dream. This is actually my job. I you know what I mean? I gave up all the street life and all the bullshit that came with it, and brother, I'm not as financially well as I've been or as I want to be, but it's on its way, and I feel great, and I'm happier than I've ever been, bro. You know what I mean?
You made it. And congrats, Yuli. I'm so fucking love hearing that shit again. You know, because I know so much about you, and I know you so long. You mentioned the financial part. I'm glad that you're saying it like that. But I always tell people, man, you need to construct a value system, and you have to give this, points to this value system. So if knowing that now you can't get arrested,
right?
Unless you whoop somebody's ass, on the street, you can't get arrested. Prior, that's a horrible feeling, homie. We both used to hustle. We both been involved with a whole lot.
Right.
And I remember I was at work at a UFC gym, and some detectives came there. And who was I looking at? I was looking at Taylor.
Always.
Yeah, I was looking at Coach Taylor, and Taylor used to get his hands dirty in California. Yeah. So these detectives walk in. Coach Taylor's way over there. I'm over here, and the detectives came through the front door. They're like in a triangular fashion. We all got eye contact. I looked at the detectives. They looked at me, and I said, "Don't break, don't break the stare. I got nothing to worry about." So I just kept looking at them, give them a head nod. Because I'm in my uniform.
That feels good nowadays to do that. You know what I mean? Like before, you're like, you whip your head around.
That never leaves.
So
the feeling never leaves, but like not like when you check yourself real quick and you're like, all right, I'm not doing shit. I'm good.
No, I completely agree with you. What I'm trying to get to, the more the story is the amount of value behind. Man, I no longer got to worry about that.
Oh, amazing,
bro. Man,
amazing.
You understand? I used to drive. Look, this is true story. This is Gus. You ain't never heard this because you're still getting to know me more and more. This is a true ass story, and it's not one story. I used to drive around because I was, when I used to hustle. I told my mom, that's my best friend. Shout out to my mom. I told my mom, I said, "Mom, I'm gonna commit to this." I straight up told her, I am gonna commit to hustling. No, I'm not gonna touch coke. No, I'm not going to tell. Why? Because, and I had this whole explanation of
right.
that is not worth it to me. I only want to do this long enough to get this much money and then start my own business, all while I'm still doing MMA and then and all that dumb shit. And she goes, "Well, what do you mean you're gonna commit to it? Like, well, I'm gonna treat it like
9 to 5 or
well, no. I told her I'm gonna act like I'm America's Most Wanted." Because I refuse to get caught slipping, doing this hood shit that people do, nickel and diamond. Yeah, come to my house. Yeah, I go, man, you got me fucked up, So what I'm trying to get to is when I used to drive around, this is true story, dog. I'm not lying. As far as my vision will allow me, as much as my multitasking skills would allow me, I would, on US 1, three lanes deep, I would know at least 5 cars deep, strictly behind me, to the right lane, to the left lane. And every time I cross an intersection, I'm looking to see who's doing tag. you know, because that's what these feds do.
Right.
And they fucked me up when they made that show DEA. When that show came out, DEA, this was years ago, and they were showing, you know, it was like True TV, but just DEA.
Right, I remember.
I didn't know how fucking
I'd look at those shows and try to pick up the little
studying.
secrets and shit.
Yeah, I was studying them because they were studying. It was counterintelligence. That's what it was. Counterintelligence. I'm looking at them like, holy fuck, dude. They're 3-4 blocks down with binoculars. They're not. This ain't like the back in the days. They're right down the street, a few cars down. You know, some neighbors. No, man, they're way the fuck. Now they got drones. Obviously,
Right.
Yeah.
No,
Forget about it
they
now.
don't even need none of that. All they need is they get your friends and be like, "Oh, what is he doing?" And people are just telling on you nowadays. So now they don't even have to do much of a job except ask around.
I'll tell you what though. I'm just glad that that's not something that I live, and that means a lot to me. And that was a reminder when them detectives came in, and I know that that's got to mean a lot to you. So again, you know, whatever, you're not making the money that you might have, but you're free. You know, it's a great feeling.
Listen, all that money was bullshit, anyways. Honestly, and I'm as happy as I've ever been. You know what I mean? I'm as happy as I've ever been, and I've been in those situations we're talking about. Like I said, I'm not bragging about it. I'm in no way, shape, or form happy or condoling this at all, but they kicked in almost every door I've ever lived in. You know what I mean? Ripped off gates off my house. You know what I mean? That fucking people I lived there, they would tell the tenant, I mean, people's house I was living at, oh, we had cops. The neighbors would say, we have cops in our yard for months looking at this guy. You know what I mean? Like, scary shit now when you're looking at it and you're out of that picture. You know what I mean? But I was like, damn, you know, thank God shit worked out the way it did, and I'm not doing a life sentence or wasting my life away behind bars. You know what I mean? I God, you know, again, like I said, I believe in God. God gave me another chance to come out and do the right thing, you know, and thank God it's the fight game. I love it. Like, you know,
so again, because it was a transition for you that was so natural.
Right. Listen, I went to prison for fighting on the street. My whole record, if you look it up, was for fighting. Everybody would always tell me, like, damn, why don't you do this? You know what I mean? But as a knucklehead, you think there's better options, you know what I mean?
Right.
And now, you know, like I said, I got into it older. I turned my life around, and it's. Listen, look, I got so many. Me and Jesse never really knew each other personally until I got into the boxing career about 3 years ago. We fought together in the same cart on the beach. But I'd always hear about Jesse. Jesse's got a awesome, badass track record in the professional boxing career. He's somebody, you know what I mean, that I still look up to here, brother. The guy's. He's got a great career. He's fighting for 2 belts coming up now, July 12th. Shout out to my dog. That's gonna be badass. You know what I mean? And that's awesome to see. Like, I've built a family. I feel like I've built a family now with this boxing thing. You know what I mean? And it's a family where it's different from the street one, where it's kind of like shysters and shit. Like over here, nobody. You know, we're not in the same weight class. I mean, even if we are, we got nothing to hate on each other about. Everybody's trying to uplift each other. Everybody tries to look for somebody to help each other out.
What's going on, fam? Thank you for tuning in to the Black Sheep Perspective. This podcast with Jesse Cruz and Ulysses the Monster Diaz has been a great one. Unfortunately, we came across many difficulties on the last leg of the podcast, and we were not able to complete it. Once again, this is part of our growing pains, part of doing this for the first time. Unfortunately, there was incompatibility with the reading of the cards and something with the drives as well. It's just us learning. But this was the past. This was several months ago. Just to update everybody there. Since then, Jesse has went on and has won the championship belt. I believe it's the international Latin belt, if I'm not mistaken. And then Yuli as well has won a title. They're both set to defend their titles in the upcoming months. And meantime, Yuli is actually going to make his MMA debut at Titan FC. So both these guys are very close friends of mine. They're big-time hometown heroes in Miami over here in Dade County in South Florida. And they're both going to come back on the podcast so we can do it way better. Once again, just a reminder to everybody out there, we got a lot of imperfections on our podcast, and especially in these beginning podcasts. But it's all coming to a way better light now, thanks to my editor, thanks to the team that we've been constructing, and thanks to you guys for supporting us. So please stay tuned, continue on following us, spread the word, tell your friends, and be ready to catch the next podcast with Yuli and Jesse. Appreciate you guys. Love.